Good morning. Okay, so Joy Heiler, and I wanted to apologize once again for my internet connection or lack thereof because it's awful. It's absolutely awful. The reason why I'm doing the second live presentation for y'all today is because I have poison oak. Look at my oak. I have poison oak because it's spring in Oregon, and I wanted to go over with you some things just in case you might have poison oak or you know someone that does. It affects most Oregonians if you're sensitive to it. If you're not sensitive to it, my husband can go out in it and roll around, which is not good for me because then all of his laundry comes in, and then I don't deal with that. He has to deal with his own laundry when he's been outside working because of my sensitivity to the poison oak. So when we moved here about 30 years ago, I really didn't know what it was. And so we're frolicking around out in the woods, putting in a road and building our house and stuff. And I had it from, here all the way, my whole entire body was covered with it. And come to find out it was cuddling with the cats. So Poison Oak 101, if you are sensitive to it, you probably cannot touch your cat or your dog from here on out until the poison oak goes back to sleep again, because it's wide awake now and trying to kill me. It might not be trying to kill you, but it is trying to kill me. And my experience over the years has led me to understand the psychology of the poison oak in order for me to kill it first. So here's what happens, is that in Egypt, when they found King Tut's tomb, guarding the tomb was poison oak. And it had been there for how long, right? For thousands of years, the poison oak had been there. So the folks that removed the poison oak and disposed of it actually got poison oak from that 1,000+ year oak. And so the poison oak, you have to kill. Are we back? Okay, I'm going to go outside because I might be able to get better internet out there. So I'm going to go sit on my back porch. Uh-oh, music. Okay. Okay. Let me finish this outside here. Okay, so the poison oak, we're back on the poison oak. So it can live forever and ever and ever. And so what we have to do with the poison oak juice as it comes in our house or in contact with us is we have to kill it with soap. Soap is an incredible defense, a line of defense for your poison oak. Now, the thing to understand about the poison oak, the oil and how long it can live and on how many surfaces it can live, it's probably has a much better shelf life than COVID-19, as a matter of fact. So what happens is when you come in after exposure to poison oak or your loved ones come in after exposure to poison oak, what happens is you start touching everything. So everything that you touch with the poison oak on, your hands, is now going to live there for a long time. So if you don't remove the poison oak from the washer knob, from the doorknob, from the steering wheel, from the rake handle, it's going to continue to reinfect you, okay? Because it doesn't go away unless you soap it up. So if you have gloves on and you've done the poison oak thing and you've touched anything, then your gloves have to go in the washer. Everything has to be washed. The rule of thumb for poison oak exposure is that once you've been exposed to it, you're going to realize it pretty quickly because you're going to get that red rash. If you can treat it when it's at the red rash before it gets to the blisters, you're going to be able to thwart its cycle. You're not going to have the poison oak for as long. So the way to treat that red rash is to go in a cool shower immediately. Take all your clothes off, go in the cool shower. Everything goes in the washer. You can't re-wear your clothes in poison oak season. Everything has to go in the washer every time. House coats, robes, anything have to go in the washer. Remember that it's probably on your shoes. So when you put your shoes on, you have to wash your hands. When you take your shoes off, you have to wash your hands. It's going to be everywhere. If you're sensitive to it, you have to realize it's going to be everywhere. If you had a black light that would detect the poison oak juice, you would realize it's everywhere. So being sensitive to it is kind of a drag. And I've lived with it for the 30 years we've lived here in Oregon. So I have the experience that I've had. I now have figured out that if you can get in the shower, as soon as you're exposed to it, you have to get in a cool to just barely warm shower because you don't want to open up your pores and suck all that juice in. So get in the shower and soap up right away. If you want to invest in the Technu soap, you can. Soap is soap in this department. So the Technu, yeah, that's great. But if you have just regular soap, that's great too. Don't rush out and spend $40 on Technu because you'll have poison oak by the time you get back. So soap up your whole entire body. And you can even turn your shower off, get wet, turn your shower off, soap up, soap. If you have a brush, if you do the dry brushing or any kind of brushing in the shower, brush your skin. Brush your skin to get the oil out of your skin. So once you get this oil out of your skin, then you're going to dry off. If you have a kaolin clay mask, Arbonne makes kaolin clay masks, which is what I have on right now. Okay, kaolin clay. And what the washing does is it's going to annoy your skin a little bit. It will irritate it a little bit because you've just washed it and scrubbed it. So by putting this, like I have it everywhere, by putting the kaolin clay mask on it, what it does is it soothes my skin so that it doesn't itch anymore. Now I'll have this on all day. I'll be able to go about my business all day long. I look ridiculous if I go to town, but we're quarantined. So yay, they're win-win. So I will just leave this on all day long. I never take it off, and then I won't itch. And then by this evening, when it's time for me to go in, I'll go right back to the shower. And I'll get all this clean, and I'll take all this mask will be flaked off and gone or rubbed off by then. So I'll get my skin totally clean using soap and my scrub brush, and then I'll put more kaolin clay mask on it. If you want to invest in the Tecnu, all the scrubs and the soaps and the after, washing creams and all that, you can. Kaolin clay mask has been the best thing for me to draw all that stuff out and to dry it up and to soothe it so that it doesn't itch for hours and hours. I've used all the sprays. I've used all that stuff. This kaolin clay mask has been the best solution for me. The other thing is, if it goes to the blisters, so you end up getting the blisters, then what those blisters are is it's your immune system trying to get the poison oak. Kill it before it kills you. So if the poison oak, if it starts to seep, some people think that that's how it spreads. They say, well, it's spreading all over my whole entire body. That ooze that's coming out of the poison oak doesn't spread it. That's your immune system trying to fix it, okay? What spreads it is the reintroduction of, okay? This is what spreads it. This right here. That right there, that's what spreads it. The kitty cat wanting to rub all over me, that's what spreads it. So fortunately, my outdoor cat is not nearly as understanding, but the indoor cat, she's the kind of cat that lays there and says, you're lucky you get to see me. She doesn't make me pet her all the time. Otherwise, it would start here and it would go all the way down. So get away from me, kitty cat. Mommy can't snuggle right now. Thank you. So anyway, the ooze does not spread it. It's the reintroduction of oil that spreads it. Just remember King Tut. Every time you think about that ooze, it's your immune system trying to heal you. So if it gets really bad, so it's oozing all over the place, it's starting to bleed, it's cracking, it's the worst. The best thing, and you can do this from the get-go. You can do this from the very beginning of the introduction. It's a bad way to go. If you will, initially, when you first come in from exposure, it has to be a cool to lukewarm shower. After it's already erupted and it's a mess, you have to take the hottest shower that you can possibly take. Because what's happening in your skin is that you have histamines. And the histamines are coming up, trying to work their way out of your skin and push the poison oak out. So it's your immune system actually working. So if you will get those histamines going, like churn those histamines up, you'll get through this a lot faster. So what I'll do tonight is I'll hold my arms under as hot a water as I can stand. And it will, and I even, want those blisters to burst open if I have any. I've caught it pretty early this time, so I don't think I'm going to blister this time. However, if you have the blisters, you want to get those open. You want to get them open. It's painful. I mean, but you want to get through the poison oak sooner than 10 days. So put your arms, wherever you have it. I've had it on my décolleté before, and I had to stand in the hot shower and just let it beat down. I had tears running down my face. I tell you what, it cut my poison oak time in about in half, because it would have been about 10 days that I dealt with it. It would only took me about 5 days to get through what I had on, and it was bleeding, and it was horrible. So as hot a water as you can stand will get those histamines going and push the poison oak rash. It'll help it to go away much faster. So let's see. You do not want to perspire. Perspiring might be the worst possible thing you can do. It just makes it mad. It makes it angry. It doesn't help. It does not help. Sun exposure, excuse me, and perspiration don't help poison oak. You want to be calm, cool, collected, and just allow it to run the gamut. So if you've been exposed, cool to lukewarm shower, kaolin clay mask. Arbonne has incredible masks that have saved my life many times. If you want to go to my website and get them ahead of time, you can go to joyheiler.arbonne.com. If you have any questions, you can certainly call me. I left my little note in the house when I was chasing the internet, so I'm not sure what else is on my list. Let me think about it for a second. If your loved one has been in the poison oak, it's real important for them to do their own laundry, wash the knob, wash your doorknob, wash. You cannot clean enough things if you're sensitive. Like I said, steering wheel, rake handle, shovel handle. Everything that you would have touched has to be washed with soap and water. Otherwise, you're going to keep introducing it. So if you have any more questions, I hope I covered everything. If you have any questions about poison oak, or you want more information about the kaolin clay masks and scrubs and stuff that Arbonne has that would help you with your poison oak, don't hesitate to get a hold of me. My cat's trying to hug on me again. Don't hesitate to get a hold of me. I'd love to help you, and I just hope my experience can help you to get through your poison oak much quicker. Make it an incredible day. I love you guys, and stay safe.